Yo boys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video today. In today's video, we're going to be doing the best aim training routine for Fortnite. So that means you boys on console, you can still partake in these. They're going to be creative maps only. I have got a Kovacs routine video that I'm thinking about dropping. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see that. And yeah, let's get into today's video. So as you can see, we are in the first map now. This is Radar's aim training map. You spawn in and they have a bunch of scenarios in front of you that are really good. I'm going to go through and show you a couple of scenarios. This is a solo map. You don't need any friends to play with, and that's great because if you just come on and you just want to play a bit of solo arena, warm up, this is a great thing to do to warm up for. So I'm going to show you some scenarios now. The first scenario I'm going to show is a 1x1 aim cone duel battle. You shoot the button and then you see a bunch of loot on the floor. You kind of just choose what you want. I'm actually going to choose to go with a SMG because I want to practice my tracking. Or you can do this. You can do fast shotgun swap, or you can go shotgun SMG swap, which I'll actually turn on and demonstrate. I'm going to set a 1 minute timer. See how it keeps switching between two. I'm going to set a 1 minute timer right there, and then I'm going to press start, and I spawn in next to a bot. And pretty much all you have to do is aim and just track the bot and try kill them. I would say this scenario is probably the best one out of the lot. This is just kind of box fight aim practice. You're tracking with SMG. You're also getting your shotgun shots on point and make sure you hit them headshots. So this is probably the most realistic one out of the lot. I like this one a lot, but you can also see there's also some great ones coming. So that was the first map. That is probably the best map in here in my opinion. Another one of my favorite is the red dot AR tracking. This one is great for if you play comp and you need search tags, or even just in general play. Pretty much all you do is you pick up the red dot. You should turn on strafing, so it's not a static bot you shoot at. Put a 1 minute timer, or you can put free play and just click start. As you see, there's just, it's kind of like Kovacs in a way, where you just aim for the dots, you hit them, and they just keep spawning in. I would recommend at first you take this slow and you just practice actually hitting the dots, and then once you feel like you're hitting the dots pretty consistently and you're never missing, that is when you then start to go for a bit of a quicker flick, and then that's when you start getting better aim. But to start, I would just recommend you just tap them and make sure you actually do hit the dots. So them two are kind of like my two favorites, but a close third of mine is the glider tracking from close range. I feel like this is very situational. It's very good if you're on high ground and you need to track people on high ground. So I'd recommend you do this one. You can take whatever gun you'd like. I am personally going to take a pistol because I feel like the pistol is kind of the best gun in the game apart from the red dot. So I'm just going to set it to 1 minute and then click start, and you'll see you just kind of spawn up here and you have everyone gliding around you, and you kind of just track them. And this map's also a great indicator to describe whether your ADS sense is too low or high, because if it's too low, you'll feel like you kind of have to pick up your mouse, move it around a lot, or even on controller, you'll feel like you're not tracking the bots quick enough. So it's also great for helping you get your perfect ADS sense and never miss a shot. Okay, so I've showed you my 3 favorite maps. I'm going to show you some other good maps that you can do. I'm going to show you 2 more. I'm going to show you 5, and then I'm going to move on to the next map. I think a really good one is reactive flick. This is really good for shotguns. It gives you a combat because you didn't know the combat has the smallest reticle in the game for a shotgun, which means your aim is going to be very smooth and consistent, and you're never going to miss a shot when you go back to a bigger crosshair with a thunder. So basically you kind of just spawn in and you kind of just shoot the orbs, and you just like react to where they are and shoot them. Really, that's all you do. Every time you hit one, it's going to send you in the air. You kind of just want to try and hit it while you're gliding down, and then just make sure you're hitting the shot. If you are missing your shot, you should just like wait a bit like that. You shoot it and then land if you're missing. But if you can hit your shot, try hit them mid-air, like close combat. Even though this map was made for shotguns, it's also really good to practice your tracking with an SMG, because you kind of have to track the target when you glide and try hit it mid-air. It's also really good for your tracking, even though it is made for a shotgun. So the last scenario I'm going to show you is the bounce tracking. In my opinion, this is probably one of the better ones in this map because it's pretty good to practice your tracking. You always need good tracking. So I'm going to take an SMG here and set a 1 minute timer like always, and then start. And you'll pretty much see the bots just bounce up, and you just kind of have to track them out the sky. Having good tracking is one of the foundations for having great aim, so make sure your tracking here is incredible. Make sure that you're pretty much never missing a shot. So they were my 5 favorite scenarios for this map, so we're going to head on to the second map. So this map is the 190 headshot only map by Panville. The only way you can kill someone in this map is if you hit a max 190 headshot. You'll see when I go into the fight rift that you can still build, and pretty much the only way to kill someone is by hitting that 190 headshot. So it's probably the best map for practicing consistent shotgun aim, and big pros like Noah Riley and Vino use this like every day to practice their aim. The good thing about this map is it practices everything that we've already practiced, the tracking and the hitting your headshots. Don't worry if you're not hitting your headshot at first and you're not getting many kills, because you'll get better at it over time, and this map does get a bit hectic. So yeah, that's all I'm going to show for this map. This map's very situational. It's very good for getting you good aim, but don't worry if you're not hitting your shots at first, like I said earlier, because it gets very hectic in this map. Okay, for this map, I'm only going to show you it briefly, because this one is one of the only ones where you do actually need another player with you. It's a 1v1 aim duel map, so you'll see, you spawn in here and you'll have your friend next to you, and you have to both go through the same health. Usually when I do it with some of my friends, we either do 4,000 or we do 2,000. I'm just going to show you 2,000 at the minute. And you see you have a bunch of scenarios here where it's pretty much exactly what it says. This one is just for shotgun and flicks, one from cone. You'll be on a cone and you'll both have to kill each other. 1v1 reacts, where you'll spawn in and you'll just be spawn in, and then you'll shoot your friend, and then it'll spawn in, you'll shoot your friend again, and you just keep, one of you will keep flying in from the booster and you'll keep shooting. So sadly I can't actually show you any more situations as I'm only by myself, but if you're in here with your friends and you kill each other, you can then walk through the health bar again and then pick another situation, and the situations here are really good. I'd recommend you doing this map a lot with someone who is also at the similar aim level you're at. So the last map you might think is a bit of a weird selection, but just hear me out. Realistic PvP is really good for practicing your aim, because you're always in someone's box, someone's always in your box, and you're always fighting. So you're always aiming, and it's probably the best way to actually get good aim that people actually don't know about. I'd say with this map as well, it's very good for actual in-game situations, as you're going to be boxing kids and fighting kids like you would in a game. That is it for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know down below if you want to see the Kovacs video or a video on mechanic training. I can make a video on that. All the maps I used today will be linked in the description with the map codes, and I'll see you guys in another video.